All right, there we go. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get started. So again, for the October workout, if you haven't been with us, we're back to using some weights. We have about 4 exercises standing we're going to do, and then we're going to go to the floor at the end of the workout. So you'll want your weights, your mat, and a chair. We're going to use a chair as well. So let's just start off here. Stand up nice and tall. Drop the arms down by the sides. Kind of relax the shoulders back and down. And let's take a big deep breath in. Reach the arms up. Exhale down. Good. A couple more of those. Inhale up. Exhale down. And one more time. Inhale, big reach up. Let's hold it up here at the top. And then we're just going to do a little lean side to side. So lean to the left, lean to the right. Kind of a nice big stretch up and over. All right, and then reach the arms straight up. Let's lower the arms down. We're just going to do an arm swing, big arm swing here. So kind of keeping the arms a little bit straight. And then we're going to start walking in place. So a little more active warm up. And just make sure you're standing nice and tall. Try to get those shoulders down away from the ears. Kind of roll the shoulders back and down. All right, so we're going to keep walking in place, and then we're going to add in some arm movement. So let's take the arms out in front, lower the arms down. So it's kind of a big arm swing, but we're doing both arms at the same time. All right, and then on your next one, we're going to take the arms out, and then we're going to pull back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, reach forward. So inhale, pull back, exhale, reach. Just kind of going nice and slow through this. We're warming up through the back and the shoulders here. All right, good. And we'll do a couple more of these, a couple more arm rows. Keep walking in place. And then let's lower the arms down. And then we're going to take one arm up, the other arm down, and then take the other arm up. So it's kind of a big reach. And just reach as high as you can. All right, and we'll do one more on each arm. Good, and then lower both arms down. Let's set the feet. Stand up tall. Feet are about hip width or a little bit wider apart. Take a big deep breath in as you reach up. Exhale, lower down. And do that one more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower the arms down. All right, very good. So we are going to use the back of the chair, and I kind of gave everybody on earlier in the week a couple of different options you can do with this one. We're doing a single arm row. So you'll want one weight. And if you have a heavier set, a lighter set, you can use a little heavier set on this one. So a couple of different options you can do. We're going to stand up tall. We're going to hinge from the hips, so keeping the spine nice and straight. Other hand just kind of goes on the back of the chair. Keep the shoulders kind of squared so you're not dropping one shoulder down. Engage into the abdominals here, and knees are slightly bent. All right, now this can be your position here. You can do this seated in the chair if this is too much on your low back. The other thing I showed everybody you can do is you can take one knee on the chair, turning it this way. And again, just gives you a little bit more support. So you can try it any of those 3 ways as far as position. We're going to do the same arm row. So we're going to start with the arm down here, lift the elbow, keep the arm close into the body, and pull it up right towards the rib cage, and then lower it back down. And again, kind of keep that chin tucked straight back. So you're keeping that neck in alignment. Abdominals engaged. And just breathe through this. We're doing 10 repetitions on everything to start here. And 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, good. Come up in between, just kind of give your legs a little shake out and give your arm a little shake out. You can just switch sides. I'm going to turn so my left arm is facing you. And then same thing, bend the knees, hinge forward, nice straight line down the spine. All right, here we go. Lift that elbow. And again, to really focus on keeping that arm kind of close into the side. So if I turn forward here, you can see my elbow stays in close to my body. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, good. All right. So set that weight down. You sit it in the seat of your chair on the floor. And just kind of stand up tall here again in between. Roll the shoulders back and down. And then we're going to go into a tabletop stretch. So hands on the back of your chair. And then start to walk the feet back, hinging forward from the hips again. And keeping the back nice and straight. Bend the knees here if you need to. Drop the head down and right between the arms. And then just think about lengthening kind of fingertips to tailbone. Now, we're focusing this stretch mostly on the back, stretching the back. You can straighten the knees a little bit to get a little more hamstring stretch, but focus mostly on lengthening through the back. Just inhale and exhale. Good, and then let's walk it back up. Kind of, excuse me, give the legs a little bit of a shake out here. All right. And then we are going to do set 2. And again, I'll start here with the right side facing you. And get those abdominals engaged, belly button pulls back towards the spine. Knees are slightly bent, hinge from the hips. And keep that spine nice and straight so you're not rounding the back. All right, so one more time on each side. Let's pull that arm up. Keeping that elbow kind of leading up with the elbow and keeping the arm close in towards the body. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, good. All right, come up in between, give the legs a shake out, and you can just switch arms. I'm just turning to face the camera here. So again, take a deep breath in, and then let's get that again. So bend the knees, hinge forward, arm down from the shoulder. All right, last set on the left side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, good. All right, come on up. You can set that weight aside. And again, give the legs a little shake out, and then we'll start walking back into that tabletop stretch. So again, hinging, bending the knees, and then just stretch down the back. Again, really stretching through the arms, all down the back of the body. Inhale and exhale. And then walk it back up and give the legs a shake out. All right, so go ahead and set this weight aside. We're going to leg exercise next. Now, the way we're going to do squats, but again, we're going to do this a little bit different than we've done before. So we're going to stay at the front of your chair. Now your feet should be at least the width of the chair, maybe a little bit wider. We're going to keep the chest lifted. Make sure your eyes are looking straight ahead and don't look down at the floor. When you look down at the floor, you tend to bend over more. So we want to stay lifted through the upper body. Now, what we're doing is we're pushing the hips back. We're bending the knees just until, if you can, touch the back of the chair or touch the back of the legs to the chair, and then come right back up. You're not sitting down and resting. So we're pushing the hips back, really push the hips back. And again, if you can kind of tap down onto that chair with the back of the legs here. If not, just go down as far as you can, but think about pushing, keeping those knees above the feet, really pushing the hips back. Make sure that you are looking straight ahead and try to keep those feet really planted into the floor. So make sure you're not shifting too much back into the heels. That can cause you to lose your balance. All right, so I think we have 2 more here for 10. Last one, we're going to come all the way up. Step the feet in, give the legs a little shake out. And then you get to have a seat in the chair to stretch. So just go ahead and sit back down. Take that right leg out. We're going to stretch into the hamstrings. So heel down, toes up, other knee bent. Sit up tall, hinge from the hips. Keep your spine nice and straight. Come forward just until you feel that stretch in the back of the right leg. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale. All right, and then switch it over to the other side, heel down, toes up. And again, hinge from the hip. Hold that stretch. Inhale and exhale. All right, and step that foot back. Give the legs a little shake out. And then we're going to come back up and get ready for set 2. So again, position those feet where you have good base of support. Eyes forward, chest lifted. All right, here we go. So we're bending the knees, pushing your hips back like you're going to sit down. Just kind of tap down and then right back up. And again, if you can't go down far enough to touch the legs to the chair, the back of the legs to the chair, just go down as far as you can. But really focus on pushing your hips back like you are going to sit down. 5, nice straight ahead. 6, 7, 8. You're really kind of squeezing into the glutes here too as you come back up. And last one. Good. Come up, step the feet in, give the legs a little shake out. And then let's have a seat in the chair again. And we'll step that right leg out, heel down, toes up. Hinge from the hips. And again, just hold that stretch. Right. And then switch over to the other leg. Heel down, toes up, and hinge forward. Good. And then step that foot back. Give the legs a little shake out. All right, very good. So we're going to come back up to standing. Next two exercises, we're going to work the triceps, the biceps and the triceps. So if you have a little lighter set, you can use that. For the first one, we'll do triceps first. So we'll use the back of the chair again. And again, you can do this one standing behind the chair, one knee on the chair, or seated in the chair. So just like we did the rows, you can position yourself. Again, just make sure you're not feeling any pain in the low back as you hinge forward. So, and make sure you hinge and not bend over. So hinge forward, same thing that we did with the rows. Knees are slightly bent, abdominals engaged. Other hand on the chair. This time we're going to start with that weight right in front of the shoulder and pull that elbow, tuck the elbow in close to the side. All right, so from here, we're straightening the elbow, extending it back, curl it back up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and okay, good. And then come on up, give that arm a shake out. We'll do the other side and then we'll stretch. So again, I'm going to turn just to face my left arm towards you. And then again, engage the abdominals, bend the knees, hinge from the hips, arm down from the shoulder. All right, here we go. Roll it up and then extend it back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, elbows staying in close to the body. 8, 9, and 10. Okay, good. Again, we can set the weight on the chair in between. Give the arms a shake out and you shake out the legs. Or might feel a little bit in the legs because of the position we're in. All right, and then we're going to stretch the triceps one of two ways. So either take the right arm up, drop the hand just kind of right behind the head. Take the other arm, left arm, pull it gently in towards the body, the right arm in towards the body. Too much on your shoulder, take the arm across and a hand above the opposite shoulder. And then we're stretching into that tricep. Little stretch into the shoulder too when you bring it across the body. So whichever one you can do. Good, and then switch it over to the other arm. same thing. Hold that stretch. Inhale and exhale. All right, and then lower the arm down. Give both arms a big shake out. You can even do a couple of shoulder rolls here. All right, and then we're ready for set 2 on this one. So I will turn towards my right again. So again, bending the knees, hinge from the hips, engage the abdominals, and then this time the hand's going to come up in front of the shoulder, elbow in close to the side, and then extend it back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, good. All right, give the arm a shake out. Again, we'll switch sides first before we do our stretch. And then you're just going to do that same thing. Engage the abs, bend the knees, hinge from the hips, and then the weight comes up in front of the shoulder, and then extend back. Again, make sure you're not bending over here, and that spine stays nice and straight from the neck all the way down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, good. All right, you can set the weight aside. We are going to use the weight for the next exercise. We're going to use the set of weights. So we'll go into that stretch next. So again, whichever tricep stretch works a little better for your, excuse me, your shoulder. Hold the stretch. A nice deep breath in. Exhale. All right, and then lower the arms down. You can lower them down and roll the shoulders back in between. Take the other arm up. And again, reaching across, pulling that arm, that upper arm kind of close in towards the body, stretching into the back of that left arm. And again, inhale and exhale. And then lower both arms down. Give both arms a big shake out. We'll roll the shoulders up, back, and down. All right, good. So we're going to bicep curls next. So chair can move out of the way. And we want our set, so both weights. All right, and then, excuse me, we're doing this one a little different than we did last month. So feet are about hip width apart still, knees slightly bent, kind of engage into the abs and the glutes, shoulders back and down, and looking straight ahead. Now, this time the palms are going to face towards the body or face each other. And we're keeping the arms right there, hands, palms facing each other, and then curl up and lower back down. So again, you want to stay nice and tall. And then you're lifting the arms or elbows, bending at the elbows, lifting the lower arms. And you're coming right up in front of those shoulders and then lowering it back down. So again, just a slightly different angle on the bicep curls with this one. This is 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, good. All right, you can set your weights aside. We're going to stretch and then we'll come back to do our second set. So bicep stretches, you can take the arms out here, dropping the fingers down, or just reaching out. Again, we're really lengthening and stretching into the inside of the arm, into the bicep. You can do that wall stretch, taking one hand, the fingers away from you. Again, sometimes that's a little intense, so whichever one works better for you, they serve the same purpose. So hold it here. All right, good. And then just give the arms a shake out. All right, and then we're ready for set 2 with the bicep curls. So one more time, we'll grab those weights. Feet hip width apart, bend the knees slightly, engaging the abs and the glutes, shoulders back and down, looking straight ahead, palms facing each other the whole time on this one. Curl it up, lower back down. Nice and slow. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, good. All right, so set your weights aside. I'm going to go ahead and put mine on the floor. And then again, we'll stretch into the biceps. So whichever way you feel it the best, or the most. Hold it here. Inhale and exhale. Hold it for one more big breath in and out. All right, and then drop the arms down. Give them a big shake out. All right, very good. So from here, we are going to the floor. So take your time, grab your mat. You don't need any weights for the floor. Move your chair out of the way if you need to. And again, always keep that chair close by, just in case you need it to help yourself up a little bit off the floor. Adjust my camera. And then we are actually going to start on our belly. So either coming down here, if you're already on the floor, just roll it over. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come down. And here, as I've said before, I really recommend if you have a mat, especially if you have a yoga mat, keep the toes on the mat, and that keeps your feet from slipping a little bit. So we're going to kind of curl the toes up. So you're kind of on the toes here, or on the feet. We're on the forearm. So think of last month when we did those wall planks. We're on the forearms. Elbows are right underneath the shoulders. And palms can either be flat or you can turn the palms towards each other. Now, give you a couple of different options here. If you're used to doing planks on the floor, you can go ahead and lift the hips and the knees and stay up, or we're keeping the knees down and just lifting the hips. Now, let's hold it here. We're going to hold it. Let's hold it about a count of 15. Keep those abdominals pulled up towards the spine, and think of keeping the back kind of as straight as you can. Breathe through this, don't hold your breath. Go ahead and lower back down. And then we're going to flatten the top of the feet towards the floor. Just kind of lift the chin and look up, getting a little stretch in the low back. You can also walk the hands back, come up a little bit more, a lot more stretch in the low back here. So again, whichever one you can do. Inhale and exhale. All right, very good. So we're ready for our second set. And again, keep those toes under. And make sure the elbows are right under the shoulders. That gives you a little bit more support. And then either lifting the knees and the hips or just lifting the hips. And again, think about really pulling that belly button up towards the spine, keeping the back nice and straight. Hold it. About 5 more seconds here. Good. And lower down. We'll kind of flatten the top of the feet to the floor again, look straight ahead. Or again, come up onto the hands to stretch a little more in the low back. And just take a deep breath in and exhale. All right, good. Okay, so from here, you're just going to roll over onto your back. So rolling onto your side, put yourself over, whatever you need to do. Make sure you have some support underneath your neck if you need that. And we're going to take a minute here to get set first. So knees are bent, feet about hip width apart. And then let's start to kind of start with a little pelvic tilt almost. So just a tiny little pelvic tilt. And we're pressing the low back down into the floor with that. And then think about really keeping that spine pressed into the floor. We're going to take the hands down by the sides. All right, and then we're going to go up into a bridge. So we're going to start from the hips, lift the spine up off the floor, just about to mid shoulders or mid back, upper back. Squeeze into the glutes at the top of the movement, and then slowly lower it back down, nice and slow. All right, so again, we want to keep these slow, focus on the movement, squeezing into the glutes at the top, okay, into the hamstrings, and then slowly lower back down. And you might feel this a little bit into the front of the legs. That's okay, up at the top of the movement. Lift. Good. 5. Keep those abs engaged. 6. 7. Keep going. I need to make a little adjustment here. 8. 9. And 10. All right. Lower all the way back down to the floor. We're going to pull both knees up towards the chest to stretch. So just tucking the knees in here. Circle the ankles around a little bit if you'd like. I'm going to give you a little stretching through the ankles and the feet. Sorry, my hair is like right where I can't lay my head flat unless the thing's underneath it. All right. And then set the feet on the floor again. And then again, we'll get into position before we start set 2. So feet pressed into the floor, little pelvic tilt, pressing the low back into the floor. Hands can be down by the sides. And then again, slowly lifting from the hips, pulling the spine up off the floor, squeeze into the glutes at the top of the movement, and then slowly lower back down. Good. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, very good. Okay, so we are pulling the knees up towards the chest again, holding the stretch, and just kind of circle the ankles around. Take a nice deep breath in, exhale. Right, good. Okay, so we're going to add one more core exercise on today. So what you're going to do here is feet are flat on the floor to start. Again, think about pressing that low back into the floor. So little pelvic tilt, hold it here. Now we're going to take the arms. You can either go kind of out to the side with the arms or straight up. Going to kind of depend on your shoulder range of movement. And then from here, what you're going to do is you're going to lift the right knee, kind of pull it up towards the chest, take the left arm, bring it towards that right knee, the left hand towards the right knee, set the foot down, and then you're going to lift the left knee, take the right palm towards that left knee. So we're lifting the knee, hand comes across the body, and then switch it over to the other side. And while you're doing this, the key on this one is to really keep those abs engaged. So again, really think about pulling that belly button down towards the spine, pressing that low back into the floor. Nice and slow here. Good. And we're doing 10 of these on each side. And again, arm can just be kind of wherever out to the side or above, kind of above the head. Good. Keep it slow. Right knee, left hand, left knee, right hand. We'll do 2 more on each side. And last time. Okay, very good. All right, so from there, let's take this for a little stretch. So this time, just bring one knee in. So we're going to keep that other foot flat on the floor. You can also extend that left leg straight out. So kind of placing that left leg down onto the floor straight. Pull that other knee towards the chest. Take a deep breath in, exhale. And then we're going to switch that. So left knee pulls in, right knee is either bent or you can straighten that leg. And hold it here. All right, good. and then set that foot flat on the floor. All right, so we'll get ready for our second set, pressing that low back into the floor, engaging those abdominals, arms up, and then let's pull the right knee in. Left hand comes across towards that knee, and then switch left knee, right arm. 2, 3, 4. Nice and slow. Keep those abdominals engaged. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, very good. Okay, so we'll do that single stretch or single knee towards the chest. Pull that knee in. And again, the other knee can stay bent or straighten the leg. Hold it here. And then set that right foot down, pull the left knee up towards the chest, tucking that knee in. And again, hold the stretch. Right. And then let's get both feet on the floor. We're going to move to some more stretches now. So we're going to stretch into that right hamstring. So this time we're going to take the right leg straight up. If you need to keep a slight bend in the knee, that's okay. Bottom of the foot can either face flat towards the ceiling. You can pull the toes down towards you for a little more stretch in the back of the leg. Again, whichever one feels a little better. Just pull that knee up, holding that stretch. All right, and then bend the knee, cross that right ankle onto the top of the left leg. And then we're going to take the right hand, just gently press into that right inner thigh. And you're kind of keeping the knee bent, but you're pressing away. So we're stretching into that right hip and outer thigh. All right, good. And then we'll stretch the other side. So let's take the left leg straight up first. And we'll do the hamstring stretch. So leg is straight. Again, you can slightly bend the knee if you need to. Inhale and exhale. And then go ahead and bend the knee, cross that left ankle onto the top of the right leg. And then again, just kind of gently press into the inside of that left leg, stretching into the left hip and outer thigh. Inhale and exhale. All right, good. And then set both feet on the floor again. Just kind of give a little rock from side to side here. And then we're stretching both legs straight out onto the floor. And then just take the arms. You can either go straight above the head. You can bend the elbows a little bit so you're in kind of like a goalpost stretch with the arms. So whichever one feels a little better. Gonna really press that the back of the head down towards the floor, back of the neck. So you're getting a little lengthening through the top of the spine. Take a deep breath in and exhale. And one more time, inhale and exhale. All right, so from here, we are actually finished. So you can either take your time coming up, you can stay on the floor, stretch a little bit more, take a nap, whatever you want to do. Come up slowly either way, and make sure you're not feeling lightheaded as you start to stand up from the floor. And then I will, again, recording YouTube, let you guys send you the link so you have it. And otherwise, everybody have a great weekend. Fall is finally here. All right. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
Have a good-
Uh-huh.